game, but well.
And Swang is also an excellent player. Sounds like he was doing some pretty amazing stuff, so I'm excited to hear that. Looks like we've got readies from our two players here. Gonna go for a countdown shortly. Here it comes. And pills.
Okay, so we should be off in just a moment. There we go. We're off. As I'm not sure what Savage was looking out for before the match, but she's already into it. Savage's board looking like it doesn't have a lot of blue other than that on the right side, and it might be gone pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's interesting. It does look kind of hard to open up access to, but she's making it happen on the left by clearing out some yellow. Meanwhile, Floyd off to a really quick start. The very first thing he did in the level was a 0-drop clear, a horizontal, and it was just very nice to see. And look at this. Look how clean his board is. There's only viruses on that turn.
Yeah, one of those things that you don't see often.
Yep.
Yeah, we see Savage trying to get some yellow there.
Yeah. Gosh, that's frustrating.
Yeah, but she's using it pretty efficiently, at least, as we see Floyd getting out of level 8 at 113.
And this is an interesting spot. It might be beneficial for Savage to switch to a horizontal here because things just happened to line up. Didn't end up doing that, and she's going to get some clears on the yellow on the right, and then on the left, going to be clearing things up real quick here. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
Floyd setting up a platform of yellow to prepare for a red horizontal on the left. Got the double red just after he blocked off the ability to use it. Always an annoying spot. But still making very efficient use of everything he's getting.
Yeah, more often than not, the right pill that you need, you'll be waiting for it for a while, and it's going to come in the next pill once you decide to pull the trigger and stop waiting for it.
Yep. So Savage now into level 9. Set up for a nice horizontal drop combo into some nice efficient clears underneath.
Yeah, mostly only one drop clears there for Savage, so she's been doing a great job at that. I would have used that double in horizontal, but that would have broken those doubles, so she figures that out and doesn't go for that, which would have slowed her down.
Yeah, it's always a trick to be able to spot the thing that you want to do and how to prevent that from breaking everything else you want to do. But looks like Floyd will be out first at just under 3 minutes into level 10. And I would say this board is not in Floyd's sweet spot. There's really a lot of horizontal plays, and he's much more comfortable with the vertical plays. But he is keeping a good color diversity across this board.
Yeah, indeed, he's more able to play with the vertical style, as he was he was well known for playing that way and playing very flat. But he's managed to bring the horizontal play as well into his set of tools. So I'm sure that he can manage with it. It might be a little bit slower, but he can certainly work with it. As Savage is out at 343.
Right. And for Floyd, actually, there's only blue. The only blue on his top line is garbage. So he's just hoping that the doctor doesn't send very much blue pills. Now opening up access to some blue viruses so that there's a chance to do something with that. Meanwhile, Savage having the opposite problem, no yellow available on the top line. And the doctor is just hammering her with double yellow pills.
Yeah, and now these reds and blues, they didn't have a very natural place to go, as you perhaps want to clear that blue on the right side in a horizontal manner. It's not easy to set up right now, as those two reds are also in the way. So yeah, it's a lot of things that have to be traversed right now for Savage.
Yep. But she's going to get a nice setup here. Oh, actually, I misread that. Looks, yeah, okay. This is interesting. Let's see what happens for Savage. She gets her horizontal there and now has very good color diversity on the right, mostly red on the left. So she's going to want to clear those from right to left, probably. But Floyd already making his way through level 11.
Yeah, making his way through 11, and before starting it, he just takes a sip of that Dr. Murray juice and gets ready to tackle this down. Savage is almost about to get into single digits. It's just, okay, this double is going to take her into 7 viruses, as Floyd is already making quick work of this level 11.
Little head shake from Floyd there. Seems like he didn't like what happened there. Not sure exactly what he didn't like about it, but the board is looking very clean and very stable at the moment.
Yeah, the only thing is that board is a bit jagged, which is not usual to see in Floyd's boards, but sometimes it's working out with whatever the doctor gives you.
Yep. Yep.
He's going to be needing a lot of red right now to open up some of it, and after that, it's a lot of blue in those columns that have all of the density of viruses. Savage is out at 607.
I like this sweet tea from Savage to start off the level. And she's going to be opening up access to the left side of her board pretty quickly here as she goes for perhaps another horizontal on the reds. Yep.
Yeah, there you go. And those viruses on the left side, they want to be paired up, and she does that beautifully. Recognizes how to do it and goes for it. Yeah, she needs red yellow. Okay, and she just sticks it out in order to
This double
avoid
red will
having to
help a
watch
lot
it.
with that problem.
Yeah, Floyd is already out at 651, so he took
Wow.
us by surprise there. But wow, that's a quick time for this block of levels.
651.
Yeah, let's check that. Okay, 651 is going to be the 10th best time. So there you go.
Awesome.
That's all around from the beginning of the tournament. So uh, other than that, it's going to be the second time for this year. Yeah, that was Floyd just coming in with all of the tricks and really making quick work of his boards. So, yeah, Savage just goes wow because, yeah, she wasn't playing badly, but boy, Floyd was playing just magnificently in that seat.
He came out of the gate running, that's for sure. And we're lining up for our second sprint in this match. Looks like Savage is ready, Floyd is ready. We'll get the countdown. Here it comes with a 3, 2, 1. Pills! And they are both off. Looks like Floyd immediately opening up access to some of his lower yellows. Uh,
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of access for the yellows, but he's opening up a bit, and right now not getting a lot of yellow, which is exactly what you want. But there's only so much that he's going to be able to do. He's making good work of it. However,
yep. Taking care of his garbage very quickly, and he's got quite some opportunities on the left here to clear the red from underneath and make the blue that looks like garbage on top not be garbage. Always a thing that you want to watch out for opportunities to do.
yeah, Savage was there almost about to make a misdraw, but she manages to diagnose it properly and yeah, clears it out. It's just that garbage there on column 2, but that's not going to be too much of a problem. She does need a bit of yellow in order to with that, and she has some viruses that are open right now, so it might not be the most important thing on her mind right now.
I would say Savage is in really great shape for the end of level 8 here. Uh, all of her viruses are easily accessible and just needs a little bit of blue. Meanwhile, Floyd has beaten her out of the level by a few seconds here at a 128.
But it's just going to be about 9 seconds, which is no big deal. Players have come back from those deficits already. Savage is setting up there for a sweet tea. Very nice, recognizing that double yellow was going to make it happen.
Meanwhile, Floyd's got no red until quite a bit later in this, and oh, I am wrong. Quite a bit later is right now.
Yeah, Floyd with a need of a lot of yellow. He probably wants to trigger, yeah, that sweet tea as well, but he's thinking of manufacturing his own double yellow. And that's exactly what he's going to go for. And of course, the double yellow appearing just one pill afterwards, but he already had the setup, so not too terrible. And Floyd is
And
going to
he
take that.
is just giving a masterclass in how to make your clears from above without doing any fancy maneuvering. I think that's one of the things that Floyd does really, really well. Is you know the maneuvering does take some time, and he just never has to take it.
Yeah, it's something that many of us have to look into, even myself included, because yeah, it's really rare to see Floyd going for, as you say, maneuvers from and having to talk things around. He manages just to play with what he has on the top line usually.
But they are neck and neck coming to the end of level 9. Savage with one virus at the time that Floyd gets out of the level. So just seconds apart at this point.
Yeah, it's really not that much. It's a couple of viruses right now. It's about two of them. So yeah, this is as neck and neck as we can have right now. And Savage, of course, knowing that this is a game point for Floyd, so has to try and bring it back for a game 3.
Now, Floyd's got most of his stuff on the right side of the board. The left side of his board is already quite low. So it's going to be interesting to see what kinds of prioritization choices he makes as a result of that.
Yeah, he got her a nice sweet tea, but right now he needs a lot of red in order to access all of his viruses. Really, all of it is covered by red at this point.
Savage with nice setups to be efficient with her yellow and blue, which is
Oh.
definitely the colors that are giving her the most trouble at the moment.
Yeah, and Savage there with a bit of a misplay as she wasn't able to flip and chuck that red in column 1, but she's working it from above. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it certainly is one of those things that, well, will happen from time to time as flipping pills here is not that easy.
Look at this setup from Savage. She's just got a very clean bottom, while Floyd is just waiting forever for red to clear out the last few viruses on the right. He's
Yeah, he's
really gotten
been
himself stuck there as a result of that, and that's not necessarily his fault. Just stuck because he's not getting any pills with the color of virus he has left.
Yeah, it's been the story of this board for Floyd. He's not very happy with that drop time, but he had to take it in order to open up both of those reds, and yeah, just have to wait for it.
Is
But
still getting droughted.
hey, he's gonna get them. But boy, that was a rough level 10 for Floyd.
Ooh, yeah. So that puts him about 10 viruses behind at this point because of that drought. And Savage is keeping a very nice clean board. Oh, and just made a bit of a misdrop, I think. Perhaps that's setting up for the red, which is more important than yellow at the moment. I see. So she's one step ahead of me there, and getting some nice setups going here.
Yeah, she didn't have any place naturally to put that yellow red, so she just went for the creating a column of garbage, which she has now cleared, and now it's pretty ripe to keep playing. It doesn't pair up those two yellows, as that would have created some garbage if she had used any of those spills, and she didn't have anywhere to go with blue yellow, so that was a good decision.
Indeed, she's really kind of out of yellow at the moment. There's one virus left, but it's covered by so much stuff that she's going to have to wait a little bit to make that anything happen there.
And I think she's going to try and pair up those two blue viruses there in columns 3 and 6. So there it goes. She's setting up for that. And okay, she's not going to trigger that, as if she's able to get those two reds in the bottom, that's going to set up that yellow as well.
Right. She's also at the same time going for a vertical clear, because I mean, why not? If you've got pills you can't use and they've got a little yellow, get them going. And it looks like she's may get out first at a 7:17.
Yes, Floyd has already passed that time. So yeah, it's going to be game number 2 for Savage, and they're going to bring us in this last game to game number 3. So we have a decider for round 2.
Awesome. I
I
think
mean,
that 13-second difference could easily be uh, put down to waiting 13 seconds for reds in that one level.
oh yeah, and it wasn't just 30 seconds waiting there. It was probably much longer than that. So yeah, that level 10 definitely.
It
Uh,
felt like about 6 years. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. So I agree with that. It's yeah, but it's part of this game. So we deal with that.
These
We
two
keep
very
moving.
closely matched, and we're gonna have a very exciting third game. Finish off round 2 of our monthly tournament.
All right. So we have a ready from Floyd. We're just gonna wait for Savage to ready. There we go. And we get the countdown. We're off in 3, 2, 1, and pills. So they're having to go for that drop play with the yellows. She could have waited for a double yellow, but we know that we don't like to wait on doubles to happen. So she just cleared whatever was happening at that moment. So good decision there. As we see Floyd already taking a little bit of an advantage that, however, Savage at this point has shortened again.
And Savage gonna get a nice fat log there to clear out. Her two problem colors are definitely blue and red at the moment, and she got a very nice, efficient blue-red clear there. Looking for ways to make this yellow on the right not be garbage, and looks like she's finding them. Meanwhile, Floyd struggling to have anything but blue. His entire top line being blue, meaning that he is coming up to a point where he may have to do some tucks. What a disaster.
Yeah, and I was going to say there's Savage missing on horizontal setup, but she manages to find another way to get rid of that blue bars as well horizontally. So it didn't cost her any time, and she opens up most of her board. At this point, it's just taking out that red, and that blue is next, and it's just two reds in order for her to be out. She's out at a 138, so a nice time there as Floyd is waiting for a blue. Oh boy, we've seen this story with another color already.
So frustrating. He is going to make sure that all of his blue's available when he gets the blue pills, though. Oh, a slight
Oh.
misdrop there.
Yeah, and he's gonna have to play around it. He sets up for those blues, as you say, and it's just going to be one blue left. Oh boy, and yeah, okay, it's going to take not that long. He's out at a 2:05. So yes, about half a minute. I mean, from Savage, but yeah, it's we've seen what Orange can do in this match. So yeah,
I mean, uh, it could easily give Savage a 30-second penalty at the end of any of these levels. So we'll just watch and see what happens. But it looks like Savage having a lot of blue and yellow on her top line. Going to use this blue-yellow here to open up access to the red on the right. And meanwhile, she has some tucks on the left to make progress on the red there. Floyd doing great work on level 9, has brought the deficit down to just 3 viruses at the moment. A very impressive showing here.
Yeah, definitely. However, Floyd doesn't have a lot of yellow showing right now, so that's going to take some time if Mario keeps trying to give him yellows. Oh, and there's some misplay, and yes, Floyd just showing it with his nodding his head in disagreement with that. But yeah, he's now going to need even more blue at this point.
Savage gets the double red she needs to have the save 1 red pill half on the right, getting out of level 10 at 333.
And there was definitely no other way to pair those viruses up, so getting the double right on time as she needed it.
The beginning of Savage's board here is a little bit frustrating because none of the viruses are really paired up with each other. So she's having to clear 1 virus at a time. It's it's not a big deal, but it is a little bit slower than alternatives.
Yeah,
She's
definitely.
nevertheless holding on to a little bit of a lead here as Floyd once again waiting for blue.
Yeah, it seems. I've had some times when I have one of those supports that you're waiting for one color and then the next one is behaving exactly the same way. I'm not sure what's happening with that, but well, it's the name of the game. And he
Yeah.
finally gets it at 424. Yeah, Floyd's just having to move around a little bit to, yeah, get rid of this frustration.
And Savage's board very clean at the moment. Gets goes for a nice tuck. Looks like she probably tucked that one farther than she wanted to, although that's definitely not guaranteed. Both of the places where she put it and where I was thinking are very good spots. So
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't hurt the placement that she got that pill in.
right.
It's just going to be perhaps going for those yellows on the bottom horizontally, given how she's setting them up. Or, okay, no, she's going to go for 2 verticals at this point. So, could have opened that up and gone for the pairing with the one in the corner, but she. Oh, okay, now she's going for the horizontal as well. We're changing here gears all the time, but yeah,
Yep. Yep.
the
Yep.
idea is having a
Just
plan.
adapting to
That's
the
about
pills she's
it.
getting there and doing a great job of that. Floyd still in level 10, about 15 viruses to go, and making himself a trash column on the left.
Oh.
Having trouble counting to 4, a problem that we've all timer, and getting that nice horizontal clear that he was aiming for.
Yeah, unfortunately, there, Floyd having to wait for red now. It's no longer a story of waiting for blue, but boy, and as you say, sometimes you go for the setup, but you forget that there's also trash around, and that's what happened there. But Floyd managing to work this around. He's out of blue at this point. Well, that would have been helpful a couple of levels ago, but well, what can you do?
Yes, indeed. Oh,
Damn, he gets the
Savage
lightning
has
bolt.
so much yellow on her board. She just got herself a bunch of double yellows and took care of that problem. It's a very good strategy, and I recommend everybody just to get a lot of doubles of the color you need.
Yeah, that always helps a lot. I cannot implement those threats as much as I would like, unfortunately. But hey, you tell me to try it, I shall give it a try.
Oh.
However, Floyd making quick work of his board has a little bit of drop time there, but he's working very nicely with all of this, and this is going to take 4 at a time. Very nice. That double came just in the right moment.
Savage setting up a fun horizontal there. Does leave her with a little bit of red garbage, so she'll have to take care of that at some point.
And it's all very crowded there at the end of Savage's board. It's possible to clear many of these viruses altogether, but
Look at this. Floyd has brought it back to just a 5 virus distinction.
yeah,
Now
that's the
3.
other part.
What a blazing level 11 Floyd has had here.
Yeah, but he
Unbelievable.
doesn't have a lot of stuff in the bottom, so that might slow down things a bit for Floyd. Savage at this point just needs two pills, so one red and one
Just
yellow.
needs a little yellow, so that's going to be the match for Savage at an 8-minute finish.
Okay, so it's going to be GG's for both our players, and Savage gets to go into the semifinals. Once again, she manages to get out of round two. So
Nice.
let's go.
GG's.
As Floyd is not going to be too far behind with an 8-19. Yeah, Floyd definitely knows that the game didn't do him too well in there, but yeah,
Doctor
that's
did him dirty, that's for sure.
yeah, definitely. Right, so now we're gonna have I believe Savage in here just to take us out to finish this day and to tell us what's gonna happen the next on the day of tomorrow.
Whew! What just happened? I think I blacked out.
Good
No,
job.
don't black out just yet.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We are back at it tomorrow at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific with our semifinal matches and our finals. Who's going to be our February champ? Join us tomorrow. Thank you so much for my fellow commentators, Dimwit, Influx, and of course, John Nash IV, our wonderful restreamer, The Dave, and the great graphics from Larva. Really exciting stuff coming up tomorrow, and we can't wait to see you there. So have a great evening. Thanks for watching, and be good to each other.